Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. A couple hours or so ago, a popular chart analyst named Polly, with 75,600 followers, shared this post, this chart, XRP, and wrote the following. This next leg for XRP is about to make people question their reality and melt many faces. Okay, I'm definitely counting on that. And I thought, yep. And look, I mentioned recently, like, I don't normally talk like this, but it only makes sense to talk about this, given that we are in a bull market. This is the time where it makes sense to expect that. And in the depths of the bear market, saying stuff like this, because some people still will, like, I always roll my eyes at that, but not now. Like, this is the time where it makes sense. And so I reposted that and wrote, life is about to change forever for so many people in the XRP community. And I mean that. I'm willing to bet that for a ton of people listening right now, life is about to get way, way better. Financial freedom for so many people, it's right around the corner. As long as we're right about XRP, and I have a hunch that we are. Nobody technically knows for sure. But, I spent some time in my last video talking about how, even a year ago, with the state of things, with the stock market, the S&P 500 specifically finally hitting a new all-time high for the first time since 2022. That happened a year ago. And so if you're buying there, you're buying an all-time high, but you can buy into strength. And here we are, and the S&P 500 is up way higher than it was, than it was a year ago. And historically, I made the case as to why we should have expected that, because that's normally what happens. Almost 100% of the time when a new high is hit, that's what happens. And so the fact that we're sitting here, that none of this should surprise you, because there's correlation between these markets, between the stock market and crypto markets, and XRP is part of that. And so I want to share with you some additional thoughts and updates from various chart analysts. I'll share my own thoughts along the way. As to me, it's further proof that what is most reasonable to believe right now is that we are in this moment where people's lives, if they're sufficiently positioned and they don't botch it, we are our own worst enemy when it comes to investing. But for so many people, this is that moment where we're finally going to realize what we've been trying to achieve, many of us, for years and years and years on end, that life-changing wealth. This really is that moment if we're going to continue to see things unfold the way that they are. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, it is 1:11 a.m., so I'm up past my bedtime. 1:11 a.m., so it's now, wait, what the hell days? Is it Friday? All these days are blurry together. I don't know if it's like that for you guys too. But yeah, so it's now Friday, January 3rd, 2025. I remembered to say the right year. Go Moon Lambo. There was this post, and this is from another popular chart analyst named Jackus with his 151,000 followers. He posted this on X. And he simply wrote, and this is a Bitcoin USD chart here. And each one of these candles on your screen represents 1 year. And he wrote, the new year just started. The third post-bear market for Bitcoin. Will it repeat the 1, 2, 3 yet again? Or is this time different? And so you can see what he's talking about. These gray bars, these are, and again, each bar is an individual year. That was bad. That was price go down. That's the bear market right there. And then after that, number go up. So here you can see 2022, that was the year with FTX collapsed, and the depths of the bear market were really towards the tail end of 2022. 2023 was a lot better. 2024 was way better. And 2025, this is the most important year. For those that had sufficiently positioned themselves in the depths of the bear market in particular, I think those are the people that are going to have the best shot at this, frankly. And so this has just started, but look from a historical perspective what has happened. Bear market, and then the third year, that's where it peaks before going into another one. So, cyclically, we should expect this to make sense. History does rhyme with itself, and that's why I keep insisting what's most probable, though nobody can know for sure, is that XRP does hit a new all-time high this year and blasts into price discovery and melts faces. Anybody that's saying that makes sense. If you were saying that it was going to happen in 2022, that year, it didn't make sense. You can always find somebody that doesn't know what the hell they're talking about saying something. But for anybody that's saying it now, yes, this absolutely does make sense. Then there's also this from a chart analyst, Rect Capital, and he shared this with his 526,000 followers. It's 2025. A new Bitcoin 4-year cycle has therefore begun. 2025 will be the year of the Bitcoin bull market peak. 2026 will be the year of the Bitcoin bear market. And 2027 will be the bottoming out year to precede an entirely brand new future bull market. Okay, so that's pretty close if you just look historically, what has happened. Yes, so it's reasonable to suppose that those are the things that will unfold in this year, 2026. Now, you could take a little bit of issue with what he said about 2027 being where things bottom out. For instance, it's not crazy. I'm not saying it could bottom in maybe even say the early part of 2027. But consider this: Bitcoin peaked in 2017 close to $20,000. It bottomed about a year later. It was December 15th at about $3,200. So then go another 8 years out, that's 2 cycles later. Well, that would be 2026 actually. So if it takes a little bit longer, then sure. Because these are not exactly perfectly 4-year cycles, so in theory it's possible. It's close enough anyway. But either way, wherever it ends up landing, this is absolutely what we should expect. And that will be the moment. And so many people, if you're new to crypto, you may not realize this. It's what matters way more is not being here when when the euphoria hits. It's being here in the depths of the bear market so that you can prepare for when the euphoria comes, because that's when everything's dirt cheap and on sale. So when we do go back into bear market, I'm still going to be having a blasty blast. I will not be stressing out. I will hopefully have sold most, if not all, of my crypto. And then I will be buying Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, so on and so forth. I'll buy a ton of XRP again. I'll happily do that. But I'm not going to do that until we've had a major correction to the downside. And then I'm just going to do this whole thing all over again. And I hope that most of you will be sticking around to hang out and do it again with me, because that's when it's most important to pay attention. It's more interesting and fun right now, of course, and everyone's going to agree with that. But it's most important to pay attention at the depths of the bear market. So just keep it in the back of your mind. Enjoy this bull market as we get to the blow off top, inevitably sooner rather than later. But just keep that thought tucked away back in your mind that it matters more what you do once we get to the depths of the bear market. Here's a post from Charting Guy, and this is a total 3 chart, which is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And he says, total 3 chop is done, in my opinion. Golden pocket back tested, check. On the way to higher fib targets. All targets still stand, by the way. If you understand fibs, you would understand that the correction we just had was in no way bearish. Quite the opposite, right? So the little bit of sideways action, pretty much most of December, frankly, that wasn't bad or weird. It wasn't abnormal. That happens in bull markets. The fact that XRP also consolidated, not the least bit weird. It'd be weird if it didn't. That's what would be weird. The fact that it did it should be like, yeah, it's doing what we should historically expect it to do. Sure. Here's a post from Chart Analyst Mustache. Hashtag altcoins. This is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin. So it's called Total 2. Total 2 forms an inverse head and shoulders pattern on daily time frame. Relative strength index often acts as a leading indicator and has already broken out. Candle close important today. Send altcoins back to all-time high, por favor. So look, the reason I'm taking the time to go through this is to highlight that what the conclusions that these analysts are coming to, they're not just whimsically saying stuff. It's because they've been here for more than 5 seconds, and they understand that there's sufficient data to understand that this is what's most likely, because humans are biological robots, and more or less, like on the whole, humans keep doing the same thing over and over again. Now, you on an individual level can change dramatically. That's up to you. But as a group, we do the same thing over and over and over again. And there's always new people having to learn the same lessons that the generation before them learned when it comes to investing. So yeah, you're always going to have this, despite the fact that there's sufficient data in the stock market going back over 100 years that could prevent you from investing like an idiot. There's 16, 17 years worth of crypto market history that could prevent you, if you just look at it and then take it all in, it could prevent you from investing in crypto like an idiot. But people do continue to people. People gonna people, man. That's what they do. I'm counting on that. That's part of my investment strategy, that humans are gonna keep doing human things. And then I'm not gonna do what the group does, because the group on the whole, like most people, get wrong-footed. The people that are getting in and out of positions, which is seems to be what most people do, including with the stock market, they don't make money. They don't. They underperform. But there are ways to win. So there's risk here, but the opportunity is so substantial. And that's the reason that I'm highlighting this. So all of these analysts that have been here for so long, they know what they're talking about. And we don't know for sure what's going to happen, but yes, it makes sense to believe that this is the moment where the life-changing wealth is at hand. Here's a post from Mikey Bull Crypto, also believes the same thing. He says, the breakout that will initiate the explosive phase of alt season is imminent. So on the left is where we are at right now. And then on the right, you can see 2021 era, the last market cycle. Look what happened. He's just saying, hey, similarities here from last cycle to this cycle. Again, humans will just keep peopling the same stuff all over again. They really do. They keep doing the same crap over and over again collectively, right? Here's a post from chart analyst Dom, and this is just from, 8:38 p.m., so, several hours or so ago. And particularly interesting considering where the price of XRP is right now. So now it's at $2.42 as I record this. And right before I started recording, it was like right at, $2.44, which is the level that he was talking about here. I think this is the post where he's talking about that. So check this out. Just several hours ago, he posted this XRP order flow update. Binance spot market and perp market has stepped in here, pushing the local high. 90% of the time Binance markets are buying, we go higher. Seeing more unison of the markets here. The key is to continue this market buying over the $2.44 level. Okay, so that's a key level, $2.44, notable resistance right around there. But he says 90% of the time when Binance markets are buying, we are going higher. So I'm very interested to see what happens here in the short term. It's always fun when you've got skin in the game. And then, by the way, the reason what happens on Binance matters is because it's the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange by volume anyway. So yeah, a lot of pull, let's say. So interesting to see that. He also shared this post just yesterday comparing, and I've seen tons of analysts point out the similarities for XRP from 2017 versus now. And take a look at this, because he's talking over very short time frame here. XRP 2017 versus now. It's pretty remarkable how similar these structures look. And so he's got 2017 XRP price action on the left, and then what's happening now on the right. He says both retested 20 to 40-day exponential moving average band as support. Both had around a 30-day consolidation before putting in another leg up. Will it be this easy? ? Well, maybe it will, because, again, humans keep doing the same crap over and over and over again. Biological robots, my friends. And so look on the 2017 chart here. He had this first major leg up. And it doesn't mean that literally every single day was up, even when that did happen. But XRP went from, somewhere around like half a penny up to, whatever the hell it got down, over 40 cents, 42 cents, I don't know. I guess if it wicked as high as, I didn't even remember. Is that accurate? It doesn't matter. I don't want to waste time on that. It doesn't matter what the price. The point is you can see visually, the visual comparison is what matters. And so look at what that did. Back down, sideways for about a month. Here, specifically for 2017, 25-day consolidation. And then here, it's, talk about 30 days. And then we did start to see another pop. We need to see it continue, of course. But that's one more similarity, which frankly, I don't find surprising at all. So if that's the case, then the analysts that are saying January is this month, where we finally hit a new all-time high for XRP after 7 years, they'll be right if that's the case. And literally tomorrow is the oh my God, that's insane. Tomorrow's the 7-year anniversary of XRP's all-time high. January 4th, 2018 is when we hit it. It's just bizarre. I keep reflecting lately on all this stuff that we as a community have gone through, especially with the SEC. Like, nobody else in crypto had to go through that stuff. And here we are, and we're clearly about to get ours. It feels a bit surreal in some ways, because I so strongly believe that this is indeed what's going to happen and lives are going to change. It'll feel more surreal when it actually happens, I'm sure. And there'll be plenty of time to have fun conversations about that. And then that's just life from now on. But even just recognizing where we are, because I so strongly feel this, it still hits me. It really does. So again, his question is, will it be that easy? Is that all it takes? Well, maybe actually. Here's another post from Dom. South Koreans love XRP. XRP has 4x more volume than Bitcoin on Upbit, which is a cryptocurrency exchange. And then he says Upbit, XRP/KRW, so that's the XRP pair priced against the Korean won. XRP KRW market has the most volume out of any spot exchange in the last 24 hours, more than Binance. What are they seeing over there? Well, that's a good question. I'm going to guess that they're seeing and believing and thinking the same things that those splishy, splashy whales are thinking. Look at these XRP whales getting aquatic AF. Here's a post from chart analyst Ali Martinez. Whales bought 360 million XRP in the past 48 hours. My friends, this run is not over. Whales do not get wrong-footed. They don't buy peaks. They don't buy like that at the end of a cycle. That is not what they do. Number go up, my friends. Number go up. 360 million XRP. Oh, it's just wild. Y'all love this. Here's a post from chart analyst Steph is Crypto. XRP double bottom breakout confirmed on the monthly time frame. Technical target, $35. I don't know if it'll hit it, but that doesn't sound crazy. I don't know. I'll say what I keep saying. I have been saying it all throughout 2024 as well. It depends on how much money flows into Bitcoin. The higher that thing goes, the more money there will be to flow through the rest of the space. And given how much room XRP has to play catch up because it's been artificially suppressed price-wise, but now it has legal clarity, yeah, but it'll be viewed as obvious by the time this cycle's over, but it wasn't for so many people going into this. I mean, I've always believed this. It's been very obvious. XRP is one of the most useful cryptocurrencies in existence. And it just, after getting legal clarity and consolidating for almost 7 years, it just wasn't going to run? You'd have to be an actual moron to think that. And so here we are. Here's another post from Steph is Crypto. This is an XRP BTC pair. And he wrote, XRP has broken out against the Bitcoin pair and is set to outperform Bitcoin by at least 595% in the coming months. Oh, yes, indeed, my friends. So I would just say this. By the time this cycle's over, it will be proven that XRP was a far better investment than Bitcoin or ETH for this market cycle. XRP will put them both to shame. Now, mind you, that doesn't mean it doesn't make sense to hold them. Like I've held Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP since November of 2017, and a whole bunch of other coins I've been holding for the better part of a decade, frankly. And the reason I say that is because it's good to diversify for a number of reasons, right? But even so, like XRP has been so artificially suppressed, but people still genuinely like it on a global scale, that of course it made sense. Even though it means one of the most hated coins, but that's just because of the toxic Bitcoin maximalist. It's also one of the most loved coins, very obviously. Here's a post from chart analyst Greg Crypto, and he's talking about some indicators here. The SRSI, the stochastic RSI, says is retesting, and a bullish cross is in progress. As far as RSI says on the 3-day time frame, RSI is bouncing off the 65 level, a solid sign. Our next goal is to push into the 70 to 74 region for stronger momentum. And so I'm not a chart guy, but I understand that the lower the number is, the more it's likely to be considered oversold. The higher the number is for RSI, the more overbought that it is. And it's a scale that I believe just goes directly up to 100. And so you might be thinking, wait a minute. So if it's getting up to that high, and we're talking about 70 to 74, isn't that from a technical perspective oversold territory? And from a technical perspective, yes, it actually is. But that's the thing about bull markets. When there's that level of momentum, it persists for a long, long, long time. Like the RSI, for instance, where did it peak? Actually, I think I highlighted that in a very recent video. Where did it peak? An all-time high. I think it was for the 2017 bull run, like 96, maybe 96 and a half, something like that. It might have been even Greg Crypto that was bringing it up recently. I'm trying to pull from memory here. But whatever it was, I mean, think about that. It persisted for some time, ridiculous levels. And then, of course, the market is too heated at that point, so there's going to be a correction when that happens. But my point being is, even when we get to that point, like, no, that doesn't mean that we should be afraid and it's time to sell. If there's that type of momentum and that much strength, then it's probably just going to keep going for some time. And we'll talk about what that means. And I follow so many analysts. When we're getting to danger zone, where maybe we're getting close to peaking, I'll be sharing with you perspective from a ton of different chart analysts because we don't want to get wrong-footed here, right? And there's always that risk of holding on to an asset too long, which would not be a good time. Here's a post from chart analyst, the great Matsby. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but there's a part where he mentioned Bitcoin and also XRP. He said, I honestly don't understand how anyone can be bearish in this market. You have Bitcoin building a nice base above $93,000 for a while. XRP backtesting $2 zone multiple times and launching off that level. Okay, that's the real reason I wanted to highlight that. That's a good point. And it did, it briefly wicked below $2, at least two separate occasions I can think of, or, in the month of December. Maybe it was 3, I don't know. But whatever it was, it doesn't matter. The point is, that was tested as support, and it launched off of it. Think about that. There is so much strength in XRP. It is so, it's positioned so well. And to me, it's just so obvious. Of course, this was always going to happen. I feel like, even though I don't know literally what's going to happen in terms of where we're going to peak and exactly when it's going to happen, in a general sense, I feel like I do know. And what I mean by that is, and it's just my conviction, fine, I could be wrong, but what I mean by that is, we're going to hit a new all-time high and it's about to freaking happen. We're going to enter price discovery. Like, I feel as close to certain of that as possible. And if I'm wrong, then I just eat my words. I don't have an ego. I'll just go on with life and wait for it to take another crack at it, I guess, next cycle. Maybe there's a black swan event that makes us all fall apart. Fine. But I doubt that. Okay, I really don't think that's what's likely to occur here. What's likely to occur is a ridiculous continuation to the upside, which is why when I started this video, I was highlighting something because it's just been striking me. And there's a reason that I've been saying things like this and sharing posts on X like I've been sharing. Life is about to get way, way better. And for many of you listening, I do believe that's going to be the case for those that are sufficiently positioned and don't screw it up for yourselves. The opportunity, it's at hand. This is what we've been waiting for many of us for years and years and years. We're just about there. It's an exciting time. Most excited I've ever been as an XRP holder. Period. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because if anything I say are right, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.